All right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. My name's Eric, and we've got a Subsunday to make up. So here's your 3 decks you guys voted on. Let's check them out. Hope you like them. If you do, don't forget to give that thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, subscribe to the channel. And if you want your decks played on Subscriber Sunday, you got to post them over on the Sideboard MTG subreddit. The link is in the description box below. So here we go. We've got a best of one deck here, which is going to be a little bit difficult to play on Magic Arena or on Magic Online, but we're going to be playing it anyway. It doesn't have a sideboard because it is a best of one deck. This is Artificial Lands by Sethronskillz, and the deck is pretty straightforward. I mean, we've got some treasure maps. I guess first off, I should say it's a Boros deck. It's slightly land. Okay, all right. It's major land destruction. All right. We've even got Memorial to War in here. We've got the Fall of Thrawn Cleric combo. For those of you that don't understand this combo, Fall of Thrawn says destroy all lands, and then on the next chapter, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield, and then the third chapter is the same. So after this is done, you'll technically have gotten 4 lands back. If you have a Remorseful Cleric on the battlefield when Fall of Thrawn goes off, you'll destroy all lands, so you'll Armageddon the board there. And then you use Remorseful Cleric's ability, which will exile all cards from target player's graveyard. So you'll essentially dump their graveyard so they no longer have lands in it, and then they can't benefit from chapters 2 and 3 of Fall of Thrawn. So you get lands back, they don't, and it's pretty much gravy from there. Now, how, I guess I should talk about more land destruction. Alright, so we have Memorial to War, which allows us to just sacrifice lands to destroy lands. We've got Haphazard Bombardment, which we can, put the aim counters, is that what it is? Enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control, and put an aim counter on each of them. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you control don't have aim counters on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. Alright, so again, it's always their stuff. Even if your things do have aim counters on them, it won't hit your stuff. But you put it on their lands, their other, important things, and then you just kind of roll the dice on whether or not you get to destroy those. So that's our ways of destroying their lands. Now, with that, we've got a ton of ways that we can have more mana than the lands that are on the battlefield, because sometimes there won't be that many lands on the battlefield. One of those is Gilded Lotus, which will produce 3 mana of any one color. We've got Crucible of Worlds, which doesn't actually create mana, but it'll allow us to play lands from our graveyard. And we've got Power Stone Shards, which, the more of these you get, the more they're worth. We've got Treasure Map that after we get 3 counters on it, it can produce some treasures. And that's kind of the backbone of the deck. We want to destroy their lands, and we want to make sure that we can still cast our spells via Power Stone Shards and, our other options. Now, most of those are artifacts, so that comes to our win condition. Our win condition is pretty much just Karn, Scion of Urza, making tokens. So we should be able to make some really, really good tokens with this, and that's kind of the idea right there. So land destruction based Planeswalker confirmed for War of the Spark. What? You guys are kidding me. Blowing up lands takes a special kind of walker. Yeah, this is this should be a lot of fun right here. So the Bale Gargoyles. So this is our first deck. We're going to jump into it. If you guys want to know about the other decks, you can check the link in the description box. But we've got a Bant tokens list here that uses Hero of Precinct 1, and then we've got Gruul Madness by none other than Madness himself. So that one should be a lot of fun too. We got some baddies in there, Charging Monster Sword, Placa Worm, things like that. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. So let's jump into our first game. All right, artificial lands, and I could go match options, 1 win, and then just host a match and see if I can get an opponent, and we can do best of 1 testing. How do you tag me in chat? You just type @ and then their name, and it'll tag them. So yeah. That's it. Yeah, you just @ Cushy Darden. Bam. And then you go, yo. And that should tag you. Yeah. Alright, so I had a question to Madness earlier, and it seems he didn't understand what I was talking about, so I'm actually going to ask the rest of chat. At your local gaming store, when you get to the top 8, does your group normally split, or do you play out the top 8? Apparently they don't split, so he didn't know exactly what I was talking about. But how many out there? How many of your gaming stores, your top 8 splits, and how many play it out? Just curious. And I know some of you may do a little of both. Some nights y'all split, some nights you play it out. When I was in Arizona, we split very often because to get through 6 rounds of Magic, it would put us late into the game, and then at at 2 o'clock in the morning, you really don't want to play top 8, right? The owner of the shop's ready to go home. Everybody's ready to go home. So that's what split at your store in AZ. What is your store in AZ there? Be informed. Be informed. Where do you play, my man? Of course, your store only had about 10 regulars. Okay. You just play MTGO. Gotcha. Prizes are based on placement depending on format and if it was free or paid tournament. Okay, gotcha. North Valley Games. What? Amazing Discovery? So, when I had to buy cards, I would go over to Player Draw. But I played at ManaWorks. Since then, the guy who ran ManaWorks was a guy named VP. Apparently, he has made his own shop at another part of Phoenix. So if I went back, I would probably go to VP's shop. I can't think of the name of it, but oh, you're in Tucson. Gotcha. I came down there for some PPTQs. It was fun. When I was chasing the PPTQ circuit, we'd go down there and play, and it wasn't that bad. Matter of fact, I think I played a PPTQ at Amazing Discovery. So yeah. I won a PPTQ up in Prescott, and then I won there in Phoenix at Desert Sky Games. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, so probably not gonna get a best of 1 here. I used to be in Phoenix, but I left Phoenix, and I am now in Mississippi. Kapow! In Cummings, Georgia. Alright. Is it Cumming, Georgia, or Cummings? I want to say that sounds familiar. It's in North Phoenix, so I want to say like right off of Thunderbird, somewhere like that. Probably like Thunderbird and 51st or something like that. Or no, it's closer towards Central, so like Thunderbird and 43rd or something. So. Top Deck Games. Cool. Alright, well, we've got a bunch of white chat here, so I got to clean that up. And then I got to hit this mulligan button, because we only got one land. And I don't think we're playing this deck with just one land. Alright, well, that's multiple lands. We can start getting some things down. I'm not actually interested in a Crucible of the Worlds right now. I'm going to go bottom of the library with a Crucible. Like, with this hand, I don't see myself really needing a Crucible of Worlds. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta do it. I had to change my mouse buttons over so I could just press the mouse. Alright, well, that's even more lands. Time to get wrecked, opponent. Uh-oh, the opponent looks like it might be some type of Esper variant, which may not be any wrecking for us. I may just field of ruin him for fun. No creatures, so I am just going to lead out with a Power Stone Shard. There's a Karn. Not a lot we can do about that. I don't think there's a way in the deck that we can deal with that. So I'll give him the Godless Shrine, which you wanted anyway because it'll bring in any of these untap. And then I might just blow it up. How does that sound? You can come in tapped here. Might as well play an Icy Manipulator while I have the mana. I don't think this is going to be very good against a control deck unless we can get a Fall of Thrawn. If we can get a Fall of Thrawn, things could be much better. So, we'll see what happens. You go there normally, but you can't stand large crowds. I can't believe you don't know me if you played at ManaWorks like a year ago. I was there every Friday night. There's a fall. I mean, we'd have to get lucky. I assume he's got an absorb. Let's go for it. Maybe wrong to even try it. Like, without having the Remorseful Cleric, this may just be wrong. I mean, we could get lucky and pull Remorseful Cleric off the top. The 50+ people was too big for you. It was. I mean, they were running multiple, multiple events, 30-man moderns and 40-man standard. It was quite a shop. So I will. I'll look up and find out what VP's shop's name is, and I'll highly recommend that shop. Just because I know the owner. Like, he's just a decent guy, man. He ran ManaWorks for a really long time, and he's just a really, really good guy. I'm going to get back a Sacred Foundry and a Field of Ruin. I'm going to pay 2 life. Play a land, not pay 2 life. That's... He did get back Isolated Chapel and Glacial Fortress, which means like any other Glacial Fortresses or chapels or anything will come in tap. Oh, he's making things. He's making dudes. It's happening. It's going down. Alright, he's got a plains. Alright. Doesn't mean that he can absorb, though. I'll take this hit. We'll destroy the Glacial Fortress, and then... Let's see if he's got an island for sure. We'll grab... We got red sources. We'll grab plains. He did not have another basic, ladies and gentlemen. No other basic for our opponent. Okay, well, I'm going to get back Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin, considering Field of Ruin is now broken. And we will... Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I did that wrong. Alright, so this is going to be the turn where I want to sweep the board. I mean, we're going to take 6. I'll go to 10. We'll sweep the board and go from there. I mean, we icy manipulator down his blue source, which means likelihood of getting getting countered here is pretty much nil. We're gonna say no. Right. We'll stop in his upkeep, and we'll tap down his blue source again. Right, like I can't believe he doesn't have a counter. He can have anything that's not blue. I mean, he has a counter in the sideboard. I mean, in the in exile from Karn. So he could downtick Karn if he wanted to. We'll play Karn. We're going to start digging for some stuff. Really want to exile his graveyard just altogether. and he left a Crucible of Worlds in exile for us. I mean, okay. I mean, that's fine, right? Again, we stop in his upkeep. Icy Manipulator down his blue source. Crucible of Worlds is not bad. Especially when we know he doesn't have any basics left. Getting a Crucible of Worlds, we can pretty much just start wastelanding him. Yeah. Alright, he grabbed the blue source because he really wants a blue source here. Thought Erasure. Wow, okay. Yeah, I think I want the Crucible of Worlds now. Now that we know where he stands on basics, I really want the Crucible. A guy named Sethronskillz made this one. He's kind of new to the community, doesn't get to show up for the live streams a lot, but he's really active in the comment section. He's been talking to me for a while, and seems to be a decent Magic player, and he put together this deck that it was just one of those fun decks that could really, really abuse your opponent, and I like it. So here we go. We're playing it. Alright, so we are going to down-tick Karn one time. I'm going to grab the Crucible of Worlds. We're going to play said Crucible of Worlds. We're going to play Field of Ruin from our graveyard. And we're going to start popping stuff. Yeah. Yeah, this is happening. Yeah, so again, we're just gonna keep him off of blue mana. You can have the Godless Shrine. And he oops. He knows what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. Sir Brants? Sir Brants? What's up? Ever since you can remember, you have been popping your collar. Is mine pop? Is that what it is? Yeah? Is my collar pop? Hold on a minute. Is that better? No? No? Yeah. Yeah, that was just one of those where we just want to keep them off their... keep them off their lands. Okay, well, what cards do we want to bring in? Oh, it's a best of one deck. Alright, so... be right back. The old strip mine combo. Yeah, we pretty much had all the time in the world there, so. Be true to yourself, my dude. Maybe it pops, maybe it drops. You know, mine drops. It was a military thing. In the military, we were required to have collared shirts for our I'll keep collared shirts for our civilian attire, and I liked it. I like collared shirts. I thought it felt well or felt good, so I just kept playing collared shirts, or I kept wearing collared shirts. I mean, I wear t-shirts from time to time, but I like collared shirts. A good old polo, you know, there's nothing wrong with polos. I think that's what everybody calls collared shirts now, is polos. Even if it's not a polo. Of course, then again, I was also the kid that grew up wearing, you know, duck heads and gaiters. If you don't know what duck heads and gaiters are, then I'm sorry. I wonder if he's worried about me beating him down. Like, Is there any possibility that he took out all of his kill spells? I mean, I doubt it, but is it possible? Okay, so he can't absorb with that mana. He's going to mortify remorseful cleric. Sure, dude. I won't even sack it. You can have it. So I'm just gonna make him choose between. Well, he shouldn't be able to choose. I think he only has the plains, so that keeps him off of one of his blue sources, which means it's gonna be much harder for him to be able to cast double blue, unless he drew a blue source. Unless he's got another blue source, he does. All right, cool. Good on you, dude. Good on you. Let's go with Power Stone Shard. So next turn, if I play a Power Stone Shard will produce 4 together. There's a Teferi. Alright, well, that's a thing. He's going to draw a card, untap some stuff. Alright, so I assume he's got negate, right? If we go Power Stone Shard here, right? And then we go Gilded Lotus. We buy a negate. Do we? A Syncopate. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I just really want to like get the coast clear so that I can get this Crucible down. And if we do get the Crucible down, we might be in luck, guys. Like, we might be able to just get rid of his stuff. I am worried about the Teferi, though. I don't think this deck's got a lot of ways to deal with something like a Teferi. So, if you built a sideboard, you might want to... there goes the Crucible. Okay. I mean, we can play Haphazard Bombardment next turn, though. But I know he's scared of Crucible of Worlds with a Field of Ruin in our graveyard. Like, he pretty much has to take Crucible. Everyone would hate you more. I like that. I like that. The people shower. They aren't particularly mean or rude. And the staff is awesome. It sounds like a perfect local gaming store, man. I hope everyone could be that lucky. Yes, Haphazard Bombardment can... I should have played this land last turn. I guess we go for it. Maybe I don't. Maybe we just Memorial War one of his blue sources. He's going to float it. We're going to move to the next phase. Play the Cleric. We'll see what happens here. We'll just exile his graveyard. I don't want the search to flip. Like, search flipping seems like a nightmare from where I'm sitting. I mean, it may not be, but it feels like it might be. I mean, I guess I could have just Cleansing Nova and just got rid of it. Thief of Sanity. Okay. Another blue source. Alright. Red, white. I mean, if he's got counter, this should buy some, right? Seems like we're way out of syncopate range. Problem is I really need to get haphazard bombardment down because I need to destroy some stuff. Feels so good doing this against control. Yeah, but maybe I should have went for the haphazard bombardment. Because now I need to get it down this turn, and I need to get lucky. So... let's see what happens. I'm sure this gets absorbed. Negated. Just to flat out negate. Now to Fairy Ultimates, and things go bad. So we'll be moving on to the next game. As soon as he clicks Ultimate. That's all you gotta do, opponent. I won't fight it. Just Ultimate your Teferi. He did not Ultimate his Teferi. Will the greed get him? Probably not. Yeah, he takes the other haphazard. Yeah, GG. Again, it's a game 1 deck. We did win game 1. But our opponent's deck is also built for a best of 3. So, I mean, that's... yeah. He still didn't Ultimate Teferi, though. If you can stop this, I'll scoop. Game 3. Okay. Right, so you can +1 with Ultimate out. I gotcha. Being a little greedy, but I get it. I mean, I would Ultimate as soon as I had the chance. But then again, against Boros, maybe not. I'm going to keep, just because I know how powerful Field of Ruin is in this matchup. Because we got to kind of see what's going on with our opponent's deck. This also works really well because we can treasure map on turn 2, and then Power Stone Shard. Oh, the wife has brought the coffee. Love you. Stream says hi, Val. I'm sure they will. Oh, it's so much better than soda. Now Pepsi will sue me. I highly doubt it. So yeah, I get to just play a land here, play the treasure map. Next turn I get to use my 3 mana to Power Stone Shard, and then I get to treasure map. Now I won't be able to treasure map during my upkeep, which is what you would typically want to do. But either way, I already have the land I need to get down the Power Stone Shard. And I assume he just takes Gilded Lotus here. No, he took the Power Stone Shard. Wow. Wow. Alright, well then I'm putting a stop in my upkeep and I'll just treasure map. Huh. What do you got for us? A Fall of Thrawn. I'll put that on top. We'll go Sacred Foundry, tap and pass. Oh, the replicate, duplicate thing. Yeah, that could be mean. We want a Power Stone Shard? Sure. I mean, is this the turn I want to play it? Maybe. I mean, he's got no blue sources now, right? So that's got to help us some. Boros, you might have missed game two there. We did lose to Teferi in game two. But now we're back on um, back in game three, and we're gonna see what happens here. Like the best thing he could possibly get out of our deck to play would be, oh, that's probably ours. Yeah, that's ours. Would be a cleansing Nova because he could destroy all artifacts and enchantments with it, and that would be bad. Wonder if he takes the Power Stone Shard or the Fall of Thrawn. Right now we've got two Power Stone Shards in the graveyard, which makes Power Stone Shards weaker overall. So we'll see what happens. Ooh. Maybe he doesn't think we'll do it. But if we did do it, he could start getting back multiple. Oh, whatever. Right. I know we need the answer to the thief super quick. And I just don't have answers for the thief. This deck doesn't actually have kill spells. It just has sweepers, and that's it. That's all we've got. So definitely some holes in the deck, but I've enjoyed the way it plays. I've really enjoyed Field of Ruining to such effect. That's been great. Like out of the cards that we've seen so far, no card we have seen would deal with a thief. So maybe there was a point there where I could have destroyed the blue source, and maybe he wouldn't have played the thief at all. So he's going to play a Hallowed Fountain, and then he'll get back, say, Glacial Fortress and something else. Icy Manipulator could be okay. Well, I'm getting back Field of Ruin and Memorial to War. Yeah, we had Infinite Wasteland on, well, not infinite, but reoccurring Wasteland on him. And I'm popping the Hollowed Fountain because that's a Plains island instead of the Glacial Fortress. So if he pulls the Glacial Fortress, it'd be... He's really doing that. Okay, well that means we don't get lands back. We're starting over, fella. Maybe he's got a handful of lands and he just doesn't care, and he has a treasure map, and he's just gonna Thief of Sanity beat me down. That could be the case. Maybe he puts together our combo and uses it against us because we don't have the means to destroy Thief of Sanity. I don't know. I just want to like top deck a Crucible of Worlds, and then have it resolve. That's not a Crucible. This requires 5 mana plus it to activate, so 6 mana land destruction on the land. Just posted a mono green budget deck for Modern. Just thought you'd like to know. Mono green budget. Somebody posted a Modern list. Might have been Dark Lord or Dragon Lord that posted it over on the Reddit. I was looking at it and was thinking about playing it as my pick for the week. The deck looked pretty nice. But you guys might want to check that out. If you're looking for Modern, we might play a little bit of Modern, but right now with the things that are going on that most of you know about, I'm not going to be able to stream near as much as I had in the past. Now that'll pick back up here in the future, and sadly sooner than later. Ooh. Can't absorb me. You don't have the right mana for it. He can Nagate me. And that was it. That was it. If that landed, it was over. Because we already have his planes in the grave. Oh. Mono green control. That is funny. I want to just scoop. He's got so many of my cards in exile. 3 whole cards. And the cards he's throwing away are pretty good too. So, like, he just threw away a Cleansing Nova and Haphazard Bombardment. So, both, like, we've got multiple haphazards in the grave. Yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle. Now we get absorbed. Now we get absorbed. Or syncopate. I mean, he may just syncopate me. Oh, he just let it go. Wonder what he's up to. Tiffery. Well, that happened. Yeah. We have to get real lucky. Like, top decking a Haphazard Bombardment would help, but it has to resolve. I mean, there it is. Do I not have enough? Oh no. Alright. So we just use Icy Manipulator. I mean, maybe he counters it. I definitely want him to use more of those treasures. Alright, we'll pass on his turn. We'll tap down a blue source. Or should I tap down? No, I want him to use the treasures, right? And then have nothing to use them on. Or nothing to... Like, if he draws cards with the treasures, but he doesn't have mana to cast things. I think that's the plan. Yeah, it's getting away from us, unfortunately. It's okay though. I mean, we got that game one. Game one was exactly what we were wanting. Oh yeah, and Teferi just untaps them. It's Karn resolve. No way. Syncopate for 3. Scoop into that. Opponent's got 11 cards right now. Yeah, he's got a ton of cards. He's got a ton of cards. So what you guys think of the deck? I mean, it's got some really cool lines in it. Personally, I think it doesn't need Haphazard Bombardment or Gilded Lotus. Like, I think that those things can come out and then go for a little bit more spot removal, and you'd probably be all right. Now, I know that spot removal wasn't that great in the game that we were playing, but we did see the sheer lack of it and how devastating that could be. And even if it's not just spot removal, maybe go for considering I'm assuming that we'll almost never destroy all artifacts or and enchantments, because we really want the artifacts and enchantments on the battlefield. I'm thinking some copies of Ixalan's Binding would be really nice in the deck. Some things like that. Just to give you some removal, and heaven forbid you get to an Ixalan's Binding on something like a Teferi or something like that. It might be really, really hard for the opponent to deal with that. I mean, they do have like Mortifies and stuff, so maybe Ixalan's Binding is not the best, but I would like some targeted removal in the deck. Other than that, though, as far as Fall of Thrawn decks go, it's one of the better ones I've played. But I've played quite a few of them that actually had the Fall of Thrawn Remorseful Cleric combo in them, and that's really all you need for that. I'm going to destroy all lands late game gameplay, and you can put that in almost any shell you want. You just need 1 white for the Fall of Thrawn, 1 white for the Remorseful Cleric. Most of the time you don't need to play the Cleric on turn 2, so you can be really flexible with your mana base. So all in all, like I think it's an interesting take on the Fall of Thran combo, but maybe went a little too overboard on, hey, we're destroying lands, we're destroying lands. Memorial of War was okay. 4 Field of Ruin was broken, especially with Crucible of Worlds, and we might be in a world right now where you can get away with that win con in certain scenarios. There's a lot of 3-color decks out there that just aren't running many basics. I mean, there's just not many basics floating around. So we might be in a Crucible of Worlds metagame. And it's definitely something to look out for, coming War of the Spark. So Sethronskillz, thank you very much for submitting your deck over on the Sideboard MTG subreddit. For all of you that are submitting for next week, link in the description box. We need more submissions. We don't have a lot of submissions right now, and we don't have a lot of votes. So please, more submissions, more votes, and I am willing to start accepting modern decks if you guys want that. I'll only do that for this last month before we get the next set, right? Like the third month of a set is always the slow time in Magic. We're currently in Modern season. People aren't really interested in Standard right now. SCG Tour is going through Modern, so everything's Modern season. So while we're in Modern season, while it's the third month of the set, and it's spoiler season, I will start accepting Modern decks for sure. So if you guys want to play some Modern, we can jump around in some Modern. So what's up, Sir Eccles? How you doing, man? You have to think of something to brew up. Been going through life as of late. Hey, Rocker. Me too, buddy. Me too. So, I know how you feel. On that note, I think I hinted on it earlier. I am not going to be streaming a ton here in the near future. There's going to be a lot of days that you guys are used to me streaming that I won't be. I might be able to find to work some type of schedule out. We're still going to be doing Devs Decks, and we're still going to be doing Subsunday. As of right now, I don't know if I will be able to force Subsunday to actually be on Sunday, but my Mondays are definitely looking open, so we can probably do something there. Thank you, Madness. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome. You're awesome, dude. But yeah, we life is hitting us all pretty hard right now, I think. So during the meantime, I'm going to make sure that I can maintain a priority on Subscriber Sunday, and I can maintain a priority on the Devs Decks, because I know a lot of you guys like Devs Decks. I know most of my community are here for the Devs Decks. So we'll keep doing Devs Decks. We've got his Ooze clone deck coming up, biogenic clones or biogenic man, what is that deck? Anyway, it's you copy biogenic oozes and stuff. We got that coming up tomorrow, but I'm probably just going to double up because I have the time to play tomorrow, and I don't know when I'll have that time again. So we may just go ahead and do both of the latest 2 Devs decks, and then other than that, my priorities are also going to be on my Patreon decks, which I'm going to start at some point this coming week for the March decks. I haven't played any of the March decks yet, so yeah, the deck tech with a million ooze puns, right? Was there a Power Rangers ooze? Like, what was the ooze? There was a Power Rangers movie. Like the first Power Rangers movie or something like that was something with the ooze, and I don't know. We're talking like 1998, a long time ago. Anyway, so yeah, we've got that coming up, and I just want to ask everybody to kind of bear with me. Yeah, Ivan Ooze, right? Right. We're talking. I think it's a little creepy that Bulk and Scully, the same. Bulk and Skull, the same 2 guys that were playing it when we were kids, is still playing Bulk and Skull in Power Rangers today. It's a little bit creepy, alright? Right, yeah, I figured there was tons of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles references, but I think it's a missed opportunity if there wasn't the Power Rangers ooze in there. Like, there was some, yeah, the secret of the ooze, there you go. I'm sure he said, and it's no secret at some point. So, anyway, over to Bant tokens, and we'll move on. But, alright, so this is a Bant list. It's brought to you by Dragon Lord himself. I think he's in chat. Wasn't Dragon Lord in chat a moment ago? I think he's in chat, and if so, thanks for submitting your deck. We've got Lana War Elves as our we've only got a couple non-multicolored spells, right? We've got Lana War Elves, we've got Shalai, and then we got Tezzeret. All right, so those are our non-multicolored. So the basics of this deck: Hero of Precinct 1 will allow us to make tokens. We've played this in Mardu now. We've played this in Naya, pretty much in Esper. Like, we've had some Hero of Precinct 1 decks, and they're all fun, right? Like, Hero of Precinct 1's a fun card. So we've got a ton of spells to play with it. Jack, what's up, man? Never been tested. Hope it goes well. What's up, Jack? Sorry you can't stay long, but the replay will be up if you need to. So, has Rush still not been active? All right, so Rush posted over on the Cyborg MTG subreddit, and he said that he had Arena now, and if you guys need to get in touch with Rush, that you could just reply to his comment over there on the subreddit, and yeah. Oh, you didn't hear an Abzan Hero. Actually, I haven't played an Abzan Hero, so there you go. Challenge accepted, right? Alright, so Hero of Precinct 1, so we're putting the emphasis on multicolored spells. We're just gonna skip over the fact that we got Lana War Elves and Tezzeret. Tezzeret, you know, pretty cool Planeswalker. And then we've got Shalai, Voice of Plenty, which is not multicolored, but has a colored ability on it. We can, put +1/+1 counters on our board as our board got big, and it just protects all of our other stuff, which is great. So let's look at the multicolored spells that we have to play with here, right? We've got Amara, which is also a token generator. Really, really cool. We've seen this in the Naya list. Worked great. I really liked Amara. You actually posted Abzan Hero on the Reddit. Go upvote it. Thank you, Madness. Madness, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Much love to you, man. Anyway, moving on to the 3-drops, we've got some Deputy of Detention. Deputy of Detention is actually a really good card. I mean, the way this destroys Hydroid Crassus and things like that, absolutely wonderful. I'm loving the card right now. We've seen mono white decks actually splash into blue just for this card and some negates in the sideboard. We've seen other decks, adopt Deputy of Detention. It really is the real deal. The card is a very powerful card, and in the right shell, it can be the perfect piece of removal. We've also got Dovin, Grand Arbiter. As much as I want to call him Dovin Bond, he's the Grand Arbiter. And yeah, I like Dovin, but if you can't start attacking with things, then Dovin's plus ability is not going to be the most wonderful thing in the world. But it just so happens this is one of the first decks I've actually been able to play with him that he's not in some type of control shell. There's a really good chance that we're going to have a ton of creatures around when we play Dovin, which means we may not just be on the neg 1 plan, and we might actually be able to +1 Dovin and maybe even get to the +7 on Dovin, or -7, which will allow us to look at the top 10 cards and put 3 of them into our hand. Oh, dig through time, how I miss thee. So we might be able to dig through our deck and find all the great answers that we want. We've got Knight of Autumn, which gives us a lot of flexibility, gives us the ability to destroy enchantments and artifacts in the main deck. We can gain some life against the aggressive decks, or we can put out a really decent threat with the +1/+1 counters against control decks. We've also, I talked about Shalai, but Shalai is just wonderful, so another little mention there. Watley, same thing. Watley is going to make more dudes. The last time we played the Naya version of this, we actually had Watley in there, and it was one of the first times in a long time I actually got to Ultimate Watley since Flashing Miners back, half a year ago or more. So, Watley, I'm excited. Moving on past Tez, I don't expect to have just tons and tons of artifacts, but we can make some Thopters between Dovin and some other cards we have. We do have some other ways to make some Thopters, so it's very possible that we can be zeroing Tez to draw multiple cards, which will be great. You hope I get to Dovin Through Time. Dovin Through Time, man, I like the sound of that. That just has a ring to it, doesn't it? We've got Tristani, which is a board in a box and an Anthem to boot. So, Tristani not bad here. We've also got Repudiate? Repudiate? Repudiate. 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 We got Replicate and its other half here. One of them will make a copy of a target creature that we control. The other side of it's only 2 mana. Flexible mana as far as that goes. You can be green, double green, blue, double blue, whatever. And you can counter Hydroid Crassus's cast ability with it, which is pretty cool. Flashing Miners, you can go to jail for that. I know. That's why it was funny. We've also got Depose Deploy. Tap target creature, draw a card on the Depose half, or we can create 2 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying at instant speed, and then we gain a life for each creature we control. Right? Just saying. Right. It was Miners ER, not Miners OR. That's right. And then we got Assure to Assemble. which is put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Or we can pay 6 mana to create 3 2/2 green and white elf knight creature tokens with a vigilance. Pretty sweet. After we make all of these creatures and everything, we get to slap down a March of the Multitudes, make even more creatures, draw a bunch of cards, Watley tokens, all of that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, Flashing Miners is an okay deck name, but your Silesia deck name is pushing the limits. Yes. Yes. But we didn't spell it. Flash. Yes. Yes. Especially in Magic, where it seems like people are less offended by something like Flashing Miners than they would be a joke towards the LBGTQ community. And I gotta remember those. Yeah, you're busting. Yeah. We don't talk about that community. That community is off limits. They can do what they want to do. I'm not getting into that fight. It's actually my stance on it altogether. People can do whatever they want to do. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. I really mean that. Flashing a miner could get you hurt. Look, I'm from Kentucky. I know a lot of coal miners, and they'd be happy for you to flash them. Alright? If they could see through the coal dust. Anyway, we're moving on. Disdainful Stroke in the sideboard. We've got Negate. We've got, Negate. I mean, Negate's just in every blue sideboard, right? Mission Briefing, which might be pretty cool. I don't really know why it's in the sideboard. Like, when do you bring in Mission Briefing? Maybe anytime you bring in Negate, but at that point you need 3 blue to be able to cast things? We've got Treasure Map, Ixalan's Binding, and then for more multicolored, Collision Colossus. We're not really going to have a lot of options on casting the Colossus, even though it is castable. We do have Collision. Alright, Collision can be cast for green mana, no big deal. We've got Karn, Scion of Urza to make some more stuff. And Lyra, Dawnbringer, Cleansing Nova. Deck looks pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Let's jump into it. I'm looking forward to getting on to anything other than our current conversation. Yeah, for sure. Moving on. Alright. You won the die roll. Would you like to go first? Absolutely. I'm sorry, opponent. Wrong deck. Oops. Hey, we get the same opponent again. Alright, here we go. We're not on the play this time. No. I told the opponent that I had the wrong deck, that I was very sorry. We can't keep a one-lander, can we? I don't think so. Want this Dovin? Maybe. Maybe we want Dovin. Maybe we don't. I mean, if I can get into a blue source, then yeah, I would, but there's no guaranteed blue source as of right now, so I don't think I want Dovin. Yum, tasty breeding pools. We're gonna get to play some breeding pools tomorrow. Yeah, we don't have blue mana. It's bad. And we're going to have a ton of mana come next turn, too. Or become turn 3. Not a ton, but we'll have 4, right? Oh, snap, son. I threw the wrong card on the bottom. Oh, well. You always like Tristani decks? Tristani's awesome, dude. She really is. And she was really good back the first time she was printed. Like, man. What was it? Tristani Voice of Resurgence or something like that? I forget what her name was. I forget what her name was. Ooh, it's a Vatali. Yeah, I'm going to pay the life here. We're just going to play hero and crash in for one. Definitely want to get on the assault. I mean, the opponent's green-white. We'll see what's going on over here. Well, I'm talking about the old Tristani. Like when I'm thinking of it, I'm actually thinking of when it was in standard. So, yeah. Oh, Selesnia's voice. There you go. I mean, this is okay. We can Vatali. And then we can uptick Watley, which is even better. And then Watley gets, like, a ton of counters. Now he has to start destroying stuff. Because we can just put a human in front of this and block. Commune with the dinos. You got a jank mill EDH deck idea? I wish I could play EDH on Magic Online, but there's just nobody playing it, so you just can't get games. Remember, if you want to advertise your deck over on the subreddit, all you have to do is type in !Reddit and Nightbot will do it for you. I think I just want a Tristani here. I can't believe he didn't swing at Watley. Like, we already have the city's blessing, and this is just turn 4. Watley's at 15. Oh my goodness. What a thing. Watley's at 15. Yes, you would have to just put !Reddit without the testing in front of it. It won't do anything if you don't. I mean, is he going to start swinging? What's he going to do here? Alright, so like he doesn't know that we're blue, and I don't have to show him that we're blue. So I am going to get an emblem here. That's a thing. Right. And then we're going to use a Mara, maybe? Right? Because this will draw us 2 cards. Yes, we would love to use the ability. Okay, we let a Mara resolve. We'll use the ability again. Wow. I think we just kind of get ready for Alpha Swing. Right? Like, we just need to play things, draw a March of the Multitudes. There's a Vivian Reed. Does this deck have Crassus? No, it doesn't. It should, though, shouldn't it? It should definitely have Crassus. We'll do it now, because I'm gonna lose the Amara anyway here. But I want to draw another card. And the only way I can see to draw a card is to swing with Amara. There we go. I mean, at least it's another spell, which will mean that we get to keep drawing cards. I should have just swung out at Vivian, right? I'm still going to play Knight of Autumn. Okay. All the lands. We'll get some +1/+1 counters, make this another big boy. Alright, well, that's a thing. I really want to draw a million cards. So, we're going to wait a moment. Fiery Cannonade! Wow! Okay, opponent. Okay. Fiery Cannonade was great. I didn't play a land. You're right. I haven't played a blue land yet. That means I can't cast this. That's right. I was kind of waiting anyway. I want to ultimate Watley again. I may not get the opportunity, but... Ooh. Ability of a creature or land that isn't a mana ability. I was being a little greedy here. We'll play the Hinterland Harbor. Hero. I mean, we got 2 Watley tokens now. So, I mean, we're going to be drawing some cards. Another Tristani. March of the Multitudes. That's a start. There's a Shalai. A Hero. The detention dude. Alright, so now we've got just boo koodles. Boo koodles. Is that a word? It's probably not a word, right? It's not a word. Now we're going to draw way too many cards. I'll have to start denying. I guess we just get rid of all the lands. I mean, I probably could have popped his red source, and he might not have had an option, like ability to go get a mountain. Yeah, it's a May. We don't have to draw cards. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of cards. I mean, we've still got 36 in the deck, so I do need to build up to the point where we're big enough to just alpha swing our opponent. That might be hard. I do get to the Deputy of Detention here, which is going to be awesome. So we're going to go blue, white, colorless, Deputy. Make some dudes, draw some cards. Another Deputy. Make some dudes, draw some cards. Pick up some Ripjaw Raptors. Make some dudes, draw some cards. Play some lands. Swing at Vivian because I can't let Vivian survive. It's just not something I should do. We need to get Vivian weak enough that she can't shoot down Shalai. And then we play Shalai, and then we can really go ham. We have the means to keep making bodies here. So now we play Shalai. And that'll help a lot. We have so many cards. Have I played a land for the turn? Yeah, I played a land. Oh, I didn't use Watley, did I? I'm sorry. There's just so many things going on. Alright, so I'll get rid of Llanowar Elf. Probably Tristani. I don't think I'll need another Tristani. Guild Forum. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Nah, I don't want that. I want to keep my March of the Multitudes. I kind of want to keep Shalai. But maybe not. Dovin might be okay. Let's get rid of Dovin. Living the dream. This is great. Yeah, well, we'll see. I still haven't won. Right? We still haven't won. We sure haven't lost yet, but we haven't won. And I'm 10 cards deeper in my deck than he is. So there is a point where I'm going to have to, like, stop. And then at that point, I'm also at the point where I'm probably just going to start putting +1/+1 counters on everything. And just trying our best to crush our opponent. Probably brings an Honor Guard from the sideboard. You think so? It's possible. How does Honor Guard really work? How is it worded? I mean, right now Shalai's in such a good spot. So what's the most powerful thing he has? I'll pay the 2 life. One, two, three, four, five, six. Count the 7 from the one that comes off of hero. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's game. That's game. All right. So we go March. So that's 11 plus the one that comes off of Dude. Sure, I'll draw some cards because who cares? Um, so we invoke for 11 here. Yeah, y'all see the game, right? Pretty sure it's game. And then we neg Watley to give Shalai plus ridiculous and just smack him in the face for more than 19. Right? If he has Silhouette, we're dead. Right? You're right. If he has Silhouette, we're dead. Wow. Our opponent scooped it up, right? But I definitely think we showcased the deck. I really do. So wow. Yeah. Woo. Draw all the about time. Come on, Jack. Come on. I'm not used to playing with Watley. Like being able like that. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Bant tokens, everybody. Bant tokens. Watley for the win. Hey, I got my 4. Actually, I got like 3 regulars and 1 in foil. I really liked this card when it was first printed out, or first printed. Hey, that card hasn't got a lot of play or whatever, but when it works, right? So all in all, the the deck was stupid. It was great. This one was fun. This was fun. Dragon Lord, I'm not going to play another one with it. That game did take a little bit, and I'm kind of on a clock here. So I hope you will accept that would. I hope you'll accept that was a showcase for your deck. It was awesome though. It was awesome. So yeah, good job, Dragon Lord. For a deck that you've never tested, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Let's jump into Gruul Madness by Madness. If nothing else, Dragon Lord, the deck is good enough, or at least gave a good enough showing that it's worth testing. You know, like it's definitely worth testing. So, yeah. Like play around with it a little bit. Maybe you can tweak it into probably a more than decent F&M deck. So, yeah. All right. So this is Madness's deck that he's been taking to F&M for quite some time. He says most weeks he goes 3-1 with it, and that seems great. He says that the past couple weeks he's lost game 2, and then won from there on out. So, you know, that's where a lot of us have set over time. You know, I know a lot of us have gotten there where like you win the first game, then you come up against something tier, you lose the next game, then you win out in the losers bracket and just take it all the way to the top 8 and go from there. So should be a pretty cool deck. Let's take a look. As far as lands go, it's pretty simple. 4 Stomping Ground, 4 Rootbound Crag, 8 Mountain, 8 Forest, right? Just plain simple. Right down the middle on the lands, 24 lands. We're starting out with 4 Land of War Elves, We've got some Growth Chamber Guardians so that we can just keep getting, more action in there. Growth Chamber. We've also got Rhythm of the Wild. I want to point that out because it does work really well with Growth Chamber Guardian, along with a couple other cards that we have in the deck. Also, Rhythm of the Wild. It's kind of a deck or a card that's fallen out of favor a lot with a lot of the really fast decks. But after Mono Blue kind of became more of a thing, it might actually be worth it to try to get back into Rhythm of the Wild just because the creature spells you control can't be countered. And one of the big ones about Mono Blue is they can't really deal with things hitting the battlefield. So, yeah. Like, if they can't counter your creature spells and you just keep playing creature spells, there's a good chance that you can, outrace them, that you can, just, beat them outright. So definitely something to think about. Rhythm of the Wild might actually be the card we're looking for to help us push through this mono blue. I want to say mono blue madness, but this mono blue period we're in. Anyway. We've also got Merfolk Branchwalker in the 2-drop slot, along with some Lava Coil, just to give us some removal spells. This warms my heart that you're playing for Lava Coil Madness. It really does. So many people are starting to come off of it, but yet it dominates. Like you're able to kill Tempest Gens, you're able to kill, Drakes. You're able to exile things when you kill them. It is still one of the best pieces of removal that we have in red right now. Definitely a 4 of, in my opinion. Gruul Spellbreaker, another one of those cards that we all just went. Yeah, Mono Blue dominated meta. Just dropping in to say hi. Hope you and your family are well. We're not, but we're gonna make it through it. Why would people come off of Lava Coil? I don't know. But when you look at a lot of the decks that we've seen people build and throw on the Sideboard MTG subreddit, a lot of them didn't have lava coils in it, and that really it kind of broke my heart that they didn't have lava coils. And I keep saying it every Subsunday when we play a red deck that doesn't have lava coils, that you should probably put some lava coils in the deck. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Gruul Spellbreaker, Rhythm of the Wild, that's where we're at. Rekindling Phoenix. I've been whooped by this card so many times recently, right? Like, it was always good. The cards were really, really, really powerful. And if you don't have something like a Lava Coil, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. We've got Domri Chaosbringer. I haven't been a fan of the card, but the times that I have played it, it's been okay. Mostly just for the +1 for additional mana. Has always been great. Gives you that extra riot. If you have Rhythm of the Wild and a Domri down, you can actually get up to 3 riots on something like a Gruul Spellbreaker. If you have multiple Rhythms of the Wild down, you can get 4 riot ability, or riot, not triggers, but activation. Maybe not activations. Choices. There you go. Multiple choices. Dad's in kidney failure, man. That's, yeah. I'm okay. Lincoln's okay. Val's okay. That's one of the reasons I'm not streaming a lot right now. Got a lot going on in other areas. Don't really want to talk about that a whole lot, but just know that my dad's going through stage 4 kidney failure, and he refused dialysis or any type of transplant. I mean, he's 76, man. It would have killed him to go through it anyway. So he's at home. He's going to do the rest of his time, where he's comfortable, and we're going to go on with that. That's all I'm going to say about that before I get mushy. We're going to move on. Sunder Shaman. Sunder Shaman can't be blocked by more than one creature. Thanks, Jack. That means a lot, man. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. Whenever Sunder Shaman deals combat damage to a player, destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. If you get Rhythm of the Wild down, you give this haste. He comes out of nowhere, starts popping, enchantments and stuff. Man, this dude is awesome. Really, really wish it would have had Trample. Oh, I would have been all over this card if it had Trample. Yeah. And then as far as Charging Monster Soar. Come on, 6/6 with what'd you say earlier? Hample, 6/6 with Hample. Haste and Trample. That would be great. He's currently a 5/5, but with Rhythm of the Wild, he can become a 6/6. If you cast him off of Domri, Mana, and a Rhythm of the Wild, you can get him all the way up to a 7/7 or even an 8/8 in the main deck. And then to top the deck off, we got some Plaka Worms, and yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're gonna go ham. Anyway, moving to the sideboard, we've got Shaper Sanctuary, Gruul Harpooner shooting down those Lyras, you know. Even though they gain the life, that's horrible. Cindervines, you bring this in against, like, what is your specific use for Cindervines? Because I actually use it for the artifact destruction more than I've ever used it for the damage. So, like, what's your plan with this? Are you trying? I love that, love the ham emojis, love it, guys. Thank you so much. Are you bringing this in against like Drakes to get that extra, you know, +1 damage so that you're just doing that extra ping damage? Or are you bringing this in to destroy artifacts and enchantments? Just curious, or you kind of both? Second off, we've got more Rhythm of the Wild, and then we've got Carnage Tyrants, Galtas, Carnage Tyrants and Galtas in the sideboard, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. It kills Nexus. Alright, fair enough. For blue, pop Obsession. See, I love it for mono blue. Just popping Obsession sounds great. Banefire sounds really good too in the deck. So yeah, Madness has got a lot to play with here, and it looks like it's a ton of fun. I do want to ask when you bring Galta in. Like, when are you going crazy over Galta? He plays main deck Ixalan's Binding, main deck IB. I hate him, but he's a good buddy. What? Alright, Cindervines is good against Drakes, and because you have a buddy of yours who uses an abundance of enchantment removal. Okay, fair enough. Like, okay, so it's a meta call for your local meta. You do use it for enchantment removal most of the time. I got you. That I've used it for enchantment removal, and most of the time you're getting those extra little increments of damage, and then you get that, you know, that, hey, I'm gonna pop this at the end of your turn, take 2, I get my dude back, we're getting in, and it's gonna be a nightmare, right? So Galta mostly against tokens. Turns out a big trampoline boy is really good against them. It does sound pretty good. So, all right. Boros has got, it gets +3/+3 and trample until end of turn. That's unbeatable against red, right? Yes, red. Plaka Worm's pretty much unbeatable against red. If you can land a Plaka Worm against red, you pretty much win. I mean, you gain 7 life. If they kill it, you draw a card. It's a 7/7 with trample, which means they got to spend multiple turns killing it. So anything bigger than this is just gravy. So yeah, 12/12 like Galta, yeah, no problem. But Plaka Worm also, if you can resolve that against red, then you pretty much win. So, I mean, you get to 7 mana against red, and you got life left, you probably already won. So, yeah, Plaka Worm saved you against red deck. Oh yeah, I kind of figured that's what it's in here for, the aggressive decks, to help you stabilize after you get there. So, yeah. All right. Let's jump into some games. We'll see how it goes, and make sure I select the right deck. We'll go against the Diamond Samurai AF. Talons of Wildwood. What is that? I can't keep this hand, guys. I mean, we technically could, because we can land, like, pay Land of War Elves, get the Merfolk Branchwalker down, attempt to draw another land off the Branchwalker, or just dump things. Like, if I was ever going to keep a one-lander, this would be it. We have, like, one of the cheapest sides of our curve. I'm going to leave it up to Madness on whether or not we keep it. What do you think, Madness? Would you keep this? Would you shoot for the moon? We're on the draw, so we've got multiple draws to get there. What do you think, Madness? You'd keep? All right, I'm going to keep. I'm going to go for it. We're going to shoot the. I mean, we. This is probably the lowest curve you could keep in your deck. So, hope. All right, there's a Rhythm of the Wild. So, I mean, we may just lose this Land of Werewolf and then we're dead. If we lose the Land of Werewolf, then we're in trouble. Like, if he bolts the bird, then we're in trouble. So, reach for the sky! He poisoned the water. Oh my goodness. That just happened. I'm going to get down the Rhythm of the Wild. We're in a pretty good spot now. That's a Legion War Boss. We'll see. I think we need to put up some defenses. So if we go Growth Chamber Guardian, make it a 3/3, right? We'll get another Growth Chamber Guardian. I'm okay with making these first ones 3/3s. Then I'm going to go ahead and Branch Walker, which I am definitely willing to. I'm just making everything a little bit bigger. Oh, we got another land. Oh, so good. This one land hand has turned out great. We do have to put the brakes on right now, though, right? Oh, you give the Branch Walker the counter when you play. Yeah, absolutely. So now I can't like really get away with Legion Warboss. Also, if we can, I might even be willing to start like trading things against the Danto Vanguard, stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm also probably going to make Gruul Spellbreaker a 5/5 because it's got trample, and like that's really going to put the brakes on this red-white deck. So we start putting the brakes out, and then like once we've got the brakes up, then we can just like slap down that Rekindling Phoenix and go ham. I assume he's like looking at what is his best line of action here, but I think we're in a decent spot. We need a gas emoji. We got ham, man. Go ham. It used to be a gas can. I thought about making a gas can, but this is what we got. Yep. You know what? I'm going to block with this just in case he has a shock. Like, I didn't think he had a shock, but I'm definitely going to eat that. Alright, so we've got 5 mana here. Spellbreaker becomes a 5/5, and then we can play, like, I want to get multiple creatures down, so I'm actually looking at the Spellbreaker Branchwalker. So yeah, I'm going to go that route. Maybe it's better to play Branchwalker first. Definitely going with all counters. Just get to that 5/5. Maybe I should have played Branchwalker first to give me more information for next turn. Alright. The emoji is fuel pump. Well, so Go Ham used to be a gas can, but it was just like a PUBG gas can with Cyborg MTG logo on the side of it. So Ryo Trample, maybe. I don't know how our opponent swings here though. Direfleet Daredevil for no value. Just going to Sunder Shaman. As a 6/6. And then Branch Walker again. Just keep putting the +1/+1 counters on Branch Walker. Sure. I mean, that'll be card advantage if we start using that. You gonna pay 4 life? Star of Extinction? Yeah, that'd be good. So I guess he just gives up Adanto? No, he pays the life. This also has trample. So he actually... Oh my goodness. So he made it indestructible. And he's going to take the extra damage. Unbreakable formation. Nice. Swinging for the fences. All right, so what's our best way to block here? I guess we need to look first, right? All right. He wants to gain more life. Let's go ahead and let him flip. All right, so 5. All right, so we can't take a ton. All right, let's move to blocks. If we block the 5/5 like this, then we get to survive that hit. We put... So this is 9. Let's put us at 13 if we take all of that. So we definitely got to stop that. We chump block that. This puts us at 1. Seems dangerous, doesn't it? Seems very dangerous. Alright. Might be dead to Unbreakable Formation here. We'll go with a 1/1 counter on this one. Use the ability. Get another. One counter. I made a mistake on my blocks. I should have used the 4/3 somewhere else and chump blocked with a 3/2. We'll get one more. Now, I'm probably not going to put the counter on this one. We'll just give this one haste. This way I can make it bigger next turn. I guess I don't swing yet. Definitely need to lock the ground up better. If he's got another Unbreakable Formation, we're in trouble. We need to be hyper defensive. Yeah. Well, that's why I went for the Grove Chamber Guardians, because it actually put out multiple extra blockers. We'll see how that works, though. Unbreakable formation, man. All his base are soon to belong to us. Right? I mean, he's got a 5/5 Legion War Boss at this point. Let's go next game. Yeah, we're in such unfavorable block territory that it's over. It's over. That is a great card, ain't it though? Never mind, we did. Right, we did. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that Galta is probably good here. I don't think there's a ton else that I want to bring in. I definitely want to keep the lava coils. I don't see any other removal. Maybe we take a Banefire. Take a couple Banefires over the Domries. So we can just shoot some stuff. Not many decks play main deck Unbreakable. This further proves they should. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really, really powerful card, especially if you can put a battlefield down. Can you imagine playing it in a deck like yours, where you splash a little white to it only for Unbreakable Formations and some sideboard Ixalan's Bindings? I mean, Ixalan's Binding on an Ixalan's Binding sounds like a good way to tease your friend. I think I take out Domri for 2 Banefires. And just roll with it like that. Yeah. And you think it's a necessary include? Well, I think those decks need some kind of trick anyway. And Unbreakable Formation's like the perfect trick. With the addendum on it, like you can get the +1/1 counter. Like if you're already, if you're wanting to swing and you got that vigilance to go along with your indestructible, or you can just hold it and like cheat your way through a board sweeper or something like that. So like if you're not playing against a deck with board sweepers, then you get to just use it in your main phases and just get the beats on. But if they've got board sweepers, then you get to use it when they go to Kaya's Wrath or Cleansing Nova or something, and then you're in a lot of you're in a good situation there. So right. Settle is definitely down on play. Like, there's not a ton of decks playing Settle right now, so yeah. You think we have to be bigger? More rhythm? Okay. If we make it to a game 3 and we still think we need Rhythm of the Wild, I'll bring that in. This looks like too slow of a hand to fight our opponent. Maybe our opponent's slower now than in the sideboard, but... am I just being ignored with every unsealing comment now? Oh, what'd you say about unsealing? You know what would be great in there? Unsealing? Possibly. I mean, he's casting a bunch of 2s and 3s, so I don't know if unsealing would be that great or not. It would definitely change the... Yeah, I actually want him all this. And this is a faster hand, or at least a hand that can put down some stuff earlier, so I'll keep this. I'm going to put it on the bottom and hope that I get another green source in the next couple. So we'll see what happens. Another thing you might want to think about in your sideboard is... yeah, I get that I need multiple green, but I've got this Branch Walker coming. So, I mean, maybe we can get away with some stuff. Like, pretty much anything that's not a land, I'm going to pitch. I'm actually going to leave that on top. We should just play that next turn. Like, I don't see him having much. Okay, he Justice Strikes a Branch Walker during his turn. We'll see if he's got removal for Atlanta World. In the sideboard, Shivan Fire or Shock might be more important than it was in the past. Against like mono blue, against mono blue, the super powerful cards. Oh, all right, all right. Like, if you've got some extra spots and some things you could shave, a couple small removal spells might be really, really important. Jose, yes, if you will post your deck over on the Sideboard MTG subreddit, I am more than willing to play it if it gets in, the votes come Subscriber Sunday. So come next week, which we may actually do Subscriber Sunday on Monday for the next couple weeks, just because of things going on. Oh my goodness, double. Oh my goodness. You may also want to consider some fiery cannonades. Yeah. One, two, three, and then 1, 2. I don't want to pay life, but we're going to. I don't think I can swing. I don't think I'm allowed to swing here. War Boss evolves into War Mafia. Right? It does. I mean, Annie gets to flip his Legion's Landing. Man, that's so good. I mean, we do get to eat too, though. So I mean, we're stalling what he's making. Swiftblade Vindicator. That's what I'm talking about. Haste. What? What do you have? Her. Her, sir. Mother Earth is her. Galta has to be a female, right? The Earth walks strongest of all. And then, like, we still play a Growth Chamber Guardian. I mean, Galta's a threat. He's got to worry about Galta here. Galta's whatever Galta wants to be. They, sir. That is. Stop. I stop. We're in Big Mama's house now. That's right. That's right. Yes. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. Galta could do the deed. Haste. Alright. If he's got settle, I lose. GG. I'm sorry, man. I could have played that slower. I really could have. I would have made that swing anyway. I really would have. I would have made that swing. So what? Luis Scott Vargas is... No, I would have made that swing anyway. I really would have. That's an LSV pin trick. I mean, he's got the Adanto. You would not have. Fair enough. Like, okay, just swinging with these two, and then he has to block something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 10. He still wouldn't have been able to block Galta. He makes a dude. That's 11. Still wouldn't have been able to kill Galta. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Where was the Spellbreaker we need? Yeah. Alright, so I butchered your deck, Madness. My bad. My bad. Deck was still pretty sweet. I can see why you're going, but why? Whatever. Got him. I mean, what? Nah. Yeah, okay, yeah, I should have played shorter, but I didn't. Wouldn't he, yeah, he still would have settled Galta and one of our dudes. And then at that point, we could have played the Grove Chamber Guardians. Yeah, it was a Timmy move, right? Cannonade would be pretty good, dude. Like, Cannonade would be sweet. I want to know how much value you're getting out of Shaper Sanctuary. Like, how often is Shaper Sanctuary really working for you? Because that would be my first cut spot, honestly. I would probably be more interested in cutting Shaper Sanctuary in one Rhythm of the Wild than I would anything else in the deck. Like, everything else is okay. Like, add white for Shalai. Yeah. Is really effective against mono blue. How so? How, like, whenever a creature you control, so what are they targeting you? Whenever, they've got 4 cards in their whole deck that can activate this, right? Merfolk Trickster and what? Jareth. Yeah, it was some sweet brews. I butchered Madness's deck there at the end, but yeah. Shapers is really effective against mono blue. I'm hoping you're typing something, Madness. I'm trying to think of what else mono blue has. Fine. You know what? Alright. So mono blue can target our creatures with Entrancing Melody. They can target our creatures with Entrancing Melody. Merfolk Trickster, and that's it. Yeah. I don't see how Shapers. Mono blue decks running Trickster, Exclusion Mage, and Entrancing Melody, and you think that's all? Okay, so if they are running Exclusion Mage, then I understand. I mean, mono blue does run Exclusion Mage after game 2, so maybe that's a thing. The fairies in the sideboard, Fairy Duelist, fair enough. All right. Fairy Duelist enters the battlefield. Target creature an opponent controls gets -2. Okay. So they're bringing all of this in against you. I'm sure they're bringing sleep in as well. So All right. All right. Fair enough. In game two, I can see where you're more effective against mono blue. All right, guys. Well, I hate that I butchered Madness's deck there at the end with the aggressive swing, but all in all, it was a lot of fun. It was good. It was a fun night. We got to see some really big board states, some really cool Magic, and that was pretty cool. So. I hope everyone had a lot of fun. I know I had fun. Don't forget to go over to Sideboard MTG and submit your list to be butchered by me. Man, I feel bad that I swung with everything. I was sure that he didn't have a Settle the Wreckage. I was just sure that he didn't have it. It was just overly aggressive even for you, right? I was just sure he didn't have it. But anyway, go post your decks over on the Sideboard MTG subreddit. Vote for decks. We definitely need some more decks over there. Like this week, I think I picked the 3 decks that hadn't been played. Not even the decks from this week. So, yeah. That's a great new tagline. Want me to butcher your deck too? Post it on the subreddit. Yeah. Let's see how many punts I can get out of your madness. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway. I had a lot of fun tonight, guys. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time here on Sideboard MTG. Don't forget to go check out Dev's latest 2 deck techs. We'll be playing those tomorrow night, and then we're going to get into some Patreon games, and that's it. That's all we've got planned for the week. So, talk to you later. We'll see you next time.
Turn